Paramount Skydance has a super secret strategy to destroy California and defeat their Attorney General, Rob Bonta, holding them hostage and not letting them leave with Warner Brothers to go to Tennessee. Well, how is it super secret if we have the info? Well, it turns out that Charlie Gasparino over at the Wall Street Journal and Fox Business, he just somehow grabbed hold of it. And now we know it, and we'll tell you the sordid details, including perhaps a secret side story featuring Netflix, saboteurs. We'll explain on the other side. It's a great day. It's a groovy day, folks. Thanks for coming our way. We're so excited to have you here with us, where we see, hear, and appreciate every single person who tunes in to our videos. Truly, we mean it. The dream to stream and bring you the news only comes true because of you. Click that like button and let's talk about the latest right now. Paramount has a secret plan to defeat California's attempts to hold it hostage. Charlie Gasparino is putting this out there, and we've got more from him. Hang tight. Charlie Gasparino with the Fox News and Wall Street Journal, he's one of the best in the biz, says, scoop. And you know it's true when Charlie scoops. Paramount execs say and plan to more vociferously argue, if they have to, that Rob Bonta, the Attorney General of California, his opposition to their purchasing of Warner Brothers is motivated by the campaign contributions he's received from various players in big tech, including Netflix and OpenAI. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. So we're going to say that because Netflix was unsuccessful in getting Warner Brothers, that Netflix is paying on the other side of this to try to break the deal through dirty politics in order for Netflix to have a shot at Warner Brothers if the deal falls through. Oh my gosh.
You know, it's funny because I mentioned this during the course of my 60-minute daily this morning, that this was exactly one of the scenarios that I think was playing out in the background. So it's nice to see that this is being put out there by Gasparino.
Gasparino saying that a Netflix, ChatGPT, Warner Brothers merger could be the overlord of media and entertainment if this deal isn't successful and if they combine together. Not only that, but I would say too, that would be exactly the political leaning of a giant organization that California would love to see.
Oh, super lefty.
And a combination of the tech bros in Silicon Valley with the entertainment industry. This makes too much sense. Charlie's all over it. He says that's if they have to. All right, so Paramount's ready to argue this if they have to. They're ready to go to the media. They're ready to absolutely scream, maybe even go to the White House or SCOTUS if they have to. The game plan for right now is to let Bonta take very minor wins, but basically craft a settlement that keeps the structure of the deal. Story developing. Now, why do we think that Paramount is likely to beat Bonta in California? Because this is the Hollywood Reporter, and the Hollywood Reporter is one of the Hollywood trades. And the Hollywood trades, they put out the orthodoxy of the day. They tell us what it is that the Hollywood studio execs believe and what they want you to believe. All right? Here's the official line coming from the Hollywood trades. This is a change, by the way. Huge change. Title: Everyone wants a Paramount settlement. First, look under the hood. Joseph Immensinger writing this one. The acquisition's financing depends on savings that the protections everyone wants would prohibit. That's a difficult problem to solve. But read the headline again. Everyone wants a Paramount settlement. What is this supposed to say? This is the Hollywood trades letting the AG know you are alone. We must have a settlement. Everybody wants a settlement. This is the execs telling the AG, listen, whatever it takes for you to figure this out, we want a settlement. We need a settlement. A settlement must occur. So, the AG's plan that was apparently leaked and must be true because it made him really mad, telling Paramount that they would have to sell several Warner Brothers Discovery cable networks, aka CNN, and they'd have to keep the Paramount and Warner Brothers movies studios separate. Likely an effort as well to keep them stuck in California. Caro, the trades are signaling, this is over. We're just messing around. We're just mucking around with time now. We're gumming up the works. But when the trades say everyone wants a settlement, I think the winds have changed.
It just feels like pressuring, right? If people start like hate saying this. It's really easy just to slap a bunch of articles somewhere and give the impression of something that's not happening. And that's kind of what this makes me think of. It's like we're trying to like bully you into doing this thing that may or may not happen, like, you know, by swaying like public opinion and then being kind of like, well, they were supposed to and they didn't. Now look at all these terrible things that have happened because you didn't do it. Like that's my initial thought on all of this.
Absolutely. Gasparino with another update. This one coming out about an hour before recording. As Paramount Skydance haggles with the AG of California over a possible settlement meeting, the company has imposed an information lockdown, sources tell me. Information on the pending bonta discussions and their outcome will be limited to 2 people inside the company, CEO David Ellison and Chief Legal Officer Makan Del Rahim. Makan Del Harim is what I'm going to say. The moves are to address bonta's claim that Paramount Skydance denies that it leaked information about the scheduled Monday settlement meeting that bonta used as a reason to call off the confab. Story developing. So, culture, they've cornered him again because this play is to say there are only 2 people who know what's going on now. One is the attorney essentially for the company, and one's the CEO. They're playing hardball right now with the Attorney General. They know they've got the momentum.
Well, look, I mean, again, he is the husband to the woman who started the anti-Nick Shirley Act that just went into law yesterday, I think, or today. Because they don't want real journalism to show up in California. And the problem is with real journalism, bonta is exposed. He's quite corrupt. He pulled the plug on this deal yesterday because the puppets that are pulling his strings told him to, not because, Paramount went out and announced the deal to everybody. Every single trade paper and politician has been speculating on what the terms could be in this discussion. Nobody leaked the actual details because guess what? We didn't see actual leaked details. And look, if they want to pull these shenanigans, I'm going to say it this way, according to a spokesperson for Paramount, there's no way that they're going to agree to some of these conditions that you say have been leaked. Which they
say they're not selling CNN.
No, and they're also not going to give away the successful cable channels that are not in direct competition with anything that would prevent this from happening, nor do they have any kind of authority when it comes to the national antitrust issues that they're still arguing, because those have already been decided. So right now, as you already pointed out, this is nothing but mucking up the works. And it's really risking people's jobs, because what incentive, if you are Paramount, is there for you to stay in California? And furthermore, after you do acquire Warner Brothers Discovery, what incentive is there for you to keep that studio in California? Also, what are going to be cost savings if you have to keep the 2 studios separate? Part of bringing a merger together is to consolidate the redundancies and eliminate the things that don't need to exist in 2 places. That's just the way that it works.
100%. And I believe partly it would be very difficult to move Warner Brothers out of California. They're desperate to keep Warner Brothers there. I want to bring in Jonas J. Campbell right now. He's waiting on the wings. Jonas, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, Jonas.
I've just decided I had issued a lawsuit in conglomeration with several states to block me from coming on the Pro Show.
Oh, I see. Well, hopefully they don't figure out where you are right now and shut you down. But Jonas, what do you think about this? The Hollywood trades are now saying that everybody wants a settlement, and we're now getting several things from Charlie Gasparino that seem to indicate Paramount knows it's on the winning side of this. They just have to hold, and they're going to win.
Well, what was the last thing that Charlie Gasparino was saying was definitely going to happen, that Hollywood was saying definitely it's not going to happen? Was it the Paramount purchasing Warner Brothers, and that Netflix wasn't going to back out, and that he was on the right side of that and everybody else was wrong? That comes to mind here. I think
we also, Jonas, we never wavered that Paramount would win this thing.
Right. So this is a funny thing. I've had some sources reach out with some insider knowledge, and there's been some internal sentiment questioning whether or not this would happen. But there's also been some separation. There's been some cells within the company that are kept out of the loop, and some that are informed. And So even the internal ideas on how this is going to go down have not been consistent. I think that at this point, if California actually tries to block this, it just ends up going to the Supreme Court. There was a chart that came out from, I guess it was Nielsen, because it would have been The Gauge, that it was Roku and Tubi merging. That was not a problem. And they were like 5 and 7. But Paramount and Warner Brothers, which were 6 and 9, those were the ones that was a problem. Or Disney, which is Disney with an asterisk, which is Disney plus Hulu plus ESPN. That apparently was not a problem. That needed to happen. So it's one of these things where I think Bonta is probably trying to take his first step in the political sphere in order to make that jump towards the big chair.
Well, he got hosed.
Oh, man, he didn't realize it was an office rolling chair as he jumps into that chair, and look at him go.
Gone he went. Okay, so now we're just waiting because the outcome of this, Caro, is going to be likely Paramount and Warner Brothers leaving California once they get released from this. But the other thing is, if we find out that Netflix is involved in any way trying to convince the AG to make this a hard time so they could come back on the flip side of this and get Warner Brothers. Huge egg on the face of the Netflix execs if that comes out.
I mean, it's always egg on the face. It's just like I'm kind of enjoying watching it from the sidelines because it's so much meddling, and I think it's all in an industry that's going through a lot of transition right now, and they're all trying to figure out how to keep afloat, while some of them are like bleeding subscribers and they can't keep viewer counts and everything else. Like
Culture, I'll give you
the on this. I just think it's an S show for everybody. So
absolutely, Culture, I'll give you the final word on this. I think the destiny is set.
Oh, I think
these are
doubt,
and they're leaving California now. Like, why would they stay?
Well, the biggest argument to leave is, that the talent will follow, and the talent will have a much better lifestyle and option. It's not like they're not going to still be bound by the contracts, and they don't even have to. They don't have to leave their studios behind. They can leave the studios in place. They just need to distribute themselves in another state and incorporate themselves there so that they can avoid the penalizing California taxes and all of the other structural items that destroy wealth in the state of California.
Oh, and don't you think that would be more equitable, honestly, to have a more diverse set of locations that Hollywood can film from? I think it's more inclusive of them to let Paramount and Warner Brothers go to Tennessee or to Texas.
I appreciate your use of the buzzwords. Good buzzwords.
Yeah, well, the 19 blocks do seem to be heavily utilized by the DEI empowering Hollywood of current, and I do think that going to Texas, even though Austin is a little bit it's really royal blue, but it isn't a bad step. But I think Tennessee should be their first choice. I think that's better, much better.
I think we need to stop sending Jonas to corporate workshops.
Well, when I come out, I've got these paradigms in my head about synergy. And I think that, you just got to look at your downline and make sure you get plugged in to the right mentor-mentee relationships.
Focus on your verticals, Jonas. You'll do better.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for checking out the video today. It's such a pleasure every time we get to endeavor together, explaining entertainment and keeping you ahead of the culture curve. If you would be so kind, folks, swerve on down to that like button wherever you may find it and click it, please. It helps us. And you are the gigawatts that send us far and wide across the fruited plains of YouTube. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.